Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the Agribusiness Talks with Mahalieo. So today I thought this is my second video. I'm excited again. Um, I thought that it is very important that as we try to get into what is agribusiness and understanding it, we talk about the things that you as a young person, you as an entrepreneur, you as an agripreneur want to, or you will have to pay attention to before you get into agribusiness. So I have a few things that I want to share with you today, and maybe there are three or four that I think are very critical if you want to get into agribusiness. But the first one that is highly critical is information. It is important that if you want to get into agribusiness, you do not get into it because you see people making money. It's going to be it's you're going to make a lot of money. You're going to see a lot of people getting into this sector and make a lot of money. And as a young person, you might think this is the way to go. I'm going in there, I'm going to do things. But let me tell you this, if you're going blindly, if you're going without any information, it will be a blunder. So what do we mean by information? We say information, we say gather knowledge about what you're getting into. We talked in the last video about the value chain. So now what you need to do is do a value chain analysis. So what do you mean by a value chain analysis? Say, for example, you want to get into piggery or you want to get into egg layers. So you need to know how many players are there. Remember, we said this is a business. So you don't just get into it who are the players in this sector. So it is important whatever agribusiness that you want to get into, or whatever a level of a value chain that you want to get into, you do the whole value chain analysis. It's important because you have to know how many people are in that sector. You want to know where are they selling to, how much are they selling for. You want to know what are they, where are they getting their inputs, at what costs are they getting their inputs, what are the profits, how profitable is the business even. It's important to get all that information. So it's important that you do a value chain analysis. Ka piggery kapa re bua ka pork production, mohlomong le di-byproducts tsa teng, depending on wena o batla ho kena kae. You might want to get into actually raising the pig itself, or you want to get into processing the meat, and or just cutting or storage or transporting it. But it's important to know how many people are producing if you want to be a producer, and you want to make it like a profitable business. So you have to know how many people are in the agribusiness sector, in this piggery sector, who are actually producing, where are they selling to, how do they store the meat, what are the standards that they have to adhere to, how profitable is that? What are the prices? Where the feed? How do you even raise this pig to make sure hore iba a profitable? You raise it hore ibe waiting and saying the hygiene that goes into it, the injections that you need to administer on an animal hore bakeng sa mafu a tsona. Unless you go into this unale information, you will actually failing. For example, people get excited how I can agara sector, and especially those that want into horticulture or growing. For example, maybe 10,000 cabbages, Garissa cabbage, 10 randa, I'll have 100,000. And yes, it sounds good, it sounds exciting, it sounds intriguing even. Like, oh, so come 3 months, cabbage is 10,000, I can actually have 100,000. Nice. I'm getting into this thing. Or even you can have a hectare of cabbages and you can come out of it onale close to 1,000,000 rands if you're planting 90,000 heads of cabbages. And it might look, Very interesting. Nkabale million, nkaba 3 months, let me do this thing, let me get into it. And then seeds because you have money. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, but maybe financial letters. Therefore, you get money, you buy seeds. But how the information about it? So you have land. So you plant your 90,000 heads of cabbages and you water them however you do. But let me tell you, unless you know how you're going to deal with the disease of the cabbage, unless you know how you're going to, the whole plant or product management, from what is it that you have to care or what is it that you have to pay attention to when you're planting, where you get your seeds, what type of seeds you need to get, what type of soils do you have, because you have to do a soil analysis as well. Or also, once now you have the product, which means if you're a person who actually plants, you have to know everything from your soil, from the water, from how much water you need to have, up to your cabbage. Now, if you want to eliminate a lot of people, you might say, no, Nakitlo takes directly to people who need this. But who are these people? Do you even know them? Do you know where they are? Do you know how much they take? When do they take? What is it that they need from you in order to product? How much of it per week, per month? Because it's not just a once-off thing. You might realize ulime cabbage, but maybe there already have a lot of other players that have already secured the market, and yours is not going to get clients. You're not going to get the market, and then you're frustrated. You have this thing, so it is important to do a value chain analysis. It is also important that you get information and knowledge. So how do you get this information? How do you get this knowledge? We say you have to start small. Many people don't want to hear that, but it is very important. You have to start small. What is it that we're saying you will gain by starting small? You have this invaluable practical experience about how to actually manage a crop, how your soil is, what is it that you need to pay attention to. So unless you start small, which gives you that experience, you can't start by planting 90,000 heads of cabbage and think, oh, 3 months you'll be a millionaire. It is not going to happen. Not because it's not the right thing to do, but because you are blind when it comes to exactly what it is that goes into making sure that you get that million. That million is it's attainable, but it's attainable who muto ainzeng their homework, who also have a lot of knowledge. So start small, but you need to start. But start small because that experience is needed. Also, do field visits, field days. Attend people who know, but they have farms and they are planting. Go and do field visit. Learn about how they actually manage their crops, how they deal with the diseases, how they deal with everything, storing after they harvest. What do they do with perishables? How long do their products last? Quantity so that you know if you're going to be building this business, this agribusiness empire of yours, you have all the information that is needed. Also, it's important that you network and you read a lot. Reading is important. Network and read. When we say network, we mean talk to the people that are in the same sector with you. Go to talk to, make sure you knock on any door to talk to these people, find out how they do it, where they get their things. Because I tell you, sometimes we do not get information because we don't ask. And all you need to do is just ask and you will get the information. A lot of people, we are importing food. So you also need to know how you're going to compete in that market as well. What is your competitive edge? So that's what you need to do. Make sure you do your value chain analysis and make sure that you get information. That's for today. Thank you very much. Bye.